Hello, welcome everybody to another episode of Forks and Chopsticks. So, how are you all doing? Hi, the Bud Files, and hi, Chan. How you guys doing? Esther Chan, hi. So, today is my first appearance. We'll be doing this live stream. Tomorrow will be Lala. She'll be introducing a whole bunch of games that you guys can play. So I just want to welcome you all. It's been a busy year. We finally got monetized. It took, if it wasn't for you all helping us out, we wouldn't have been able to do it. You all are phenomenal. Um, so I just want to thank you all. And yeah, so yeah, today there's thunder outside. I know in the background it looks clear, but it's raining cats and dogs outside. So how's the weather over where you guys are at? How's the weather for you guys, the Bud Files and Esther? And you guys here. How do I let's see here. So so I'm gonna drop you guys' link right here. So every time you type love, your link will be dropped, just to let you know. All right. Let's see here where the comments are. Yeah, just like Nightbot said, shout out to the Bud Files, very supportive friend. He's phenomenal. She's phenomenal. You all are phenomenal. Also, Esther, thanks again. Um, oh yeah, you just heard the thunder, Esther. Yeah, I just saw that text. So so the Bud Files. You went to the cemetery today. How was it? But yeah, just we have a lot in store this year coming. We're going to a lot of restaurants. We're going to be traveling some. Um, we're going to be trying a whole bunch of food, traveling different places just to meet different people. We love the different foods, the different cultures. You can't go wrong there. I mean, to spend time with people, interacting with them. Yeah, we're gonna. Um, it'll probably be domestic, and then it might be internationally or both. Depends how the schedule goes. But we love to eat different food. We like to travel a lot. I liked we like traveling to China, Southwest. They have a lot of spicy food. I love spicy food. Do you guys like spicy food? Because my favorite thing in southwestern China is they like eating rice noodles and like a sweet and sour rice noodle dish where you can have like a beef broth or a chicken broth with rice noodle, and you can have like goat meat in there, chicken meat, pork meat. I like it usually sliced a little bit thin so the flavors of the broth will get soaked into the meat, and just um, just enjoy the flavors come together. And they have a lot of um, um, dishes that I like too as well with tofu. They have a lot of barbecue where you season the meat, you season the vegetables, and you put them on the barbecue grill over charcoal, and you just have maybe tea or beer with your friends and just talk about solving the world's problems just for 30 minutes to an hour to 2 hours. We don't even count, and just enjoy each other's time. So, yeah, so that's what we like to do. And so, uh, what do you guys like to do um, for fun? Because we like to travel, we like to meet different people and go all around the world if we can. We haven't been to that many countries, but hopefully one day we can visit many, many, many other more countries. So where we live, we have a lot of people from all around the world. We have a lot. We have a huge Korean community here, Chinese, Filipino. It's just wonderful. Oh, hi, Max. How you guys doing? So for all that just came, if you type in love, you get a shout out with your link. So what we're doing is, okay, there you go. Max, I just want to say welcome. Thank you for coming. Where are you from? But we were just talking about how we, Lala and I, we like to travel and eat and meet different people and try different foods and cultures, and it's just wonderful experience. Yeah, please like and share this video, and thanks for all your support. We just, for people that just came, we just got monetized. So, Esther got the love. She typed in love, so we're gonna add you as a moderator and see if we can get your link dropped here so people know you have a wonderful channel. Could you type it again, Esther Love, so we can we can see your channel? And Max, you want to drop a link too by typing love. That way, your channel get recognized. There you go. I think that went through. Awesome. There we go. Yes, it's coming. Good. It's working. We're meeting at the live of Melissa O'Donnell host. Ooh, that sounds like fun. Neat. Y'all having fun? I hope so. Um, but yeah, so just recently, Lala and I. Oh, I just want to say thank you for connecting with us, Max and Esther. Um, Lala and I just got back from, I think we saw, was it 8 different states? It was a week trip, 7 days, but we saw 8 states. We kind of crammed us into a car and just went and just we had an interesting time. Um, to see some family and see some friends, and we went from the north to the south, and it was just beautiful. Got beautiful weather. It did rain a couple times, but it's good. Um, it's good to get out of your house and travel and go on vacation. And sometimes when you get back, you need a vacation from a vacation. Um, so yeah, that's we have some plans coming up to go to more states. But your main channel is for chopsticks. Yes, yes. And so, oh, thank you so much, Esther. Really appreciate that you've been binge watching our channel. Thank you. So, yeah, um, yeah. So we so we decided to go to the Midwest a couple weeks ago, and we did a trip to try some different types of food. We went to Ohio. We started in Ohio, and they have a restaurant there that started in Ohio called Skyline Chili, and basically it's pasta with beef and pork sauce on top with a whole bunch of cheese, seasoned with a whole bunch of cheese on top, and it was very delicious. Who is Jojo and Lala host? Oh yeah, so I'm Jojo, and I'll be doing this session tonight, this video tonight, and my wife is Lala. She'll be doing a video tomorrow with a whole bunch of games. She has a whole bunch of games um, picked out so to play and stuff like that. So that's who they are. So yeah, you could call me Jojo, and um, so yeah. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so we also went to the state below Ohio called Kentucky, and they're known for whiskey, which I didn't have, but they have some good whiskey. I just can't hold my whiskey. And they're known for barbecue. So they like to smoke a lot of meat. Romeo the cat. Hello, Romeo the cat. Welcome. Romeo the cat. Got the shades on. I'm we're fine. That's pretty cool. Love it. Yeah, so Kentucky, they like to smoke a lot of meat. They like to use a smoker. They use different types of wood to give it that charcoal flavor to it, and they have some barbecue sauce. So it's wonderful food. We really enjoyed ourselves. We had some fun. Took the baby out. He did well. He enjoyed himself. So um, we drove like 3 4 hours every destination. We did only like 2 destinations a day, 1 to 2. We also went to Florida. Beautiful weather there. When we went, it was 15 minutes. It would rain, and then it would stop raining, and then um, it would stop raining, and then the sun would come out, and then the sun would be out for about 25 minutes, and then after that it would rain again, and that was basically the whole thing. But the weather was very, very um, wonderful and good. It humid, so I like that. Didn't get bitten by a shark. I didn't get ate by an alligator. I did see some stingrays in Florida and some fish. Um, so I didn't see any pythons. So Burmese pythons are famous in Florida. So didn't see those, thank God. They are huge. And we also went to Louisiana and New Orleans. We went there, and uh, their seafood is delicious. What they do is they deep fry the seafood on the outside, but on the inside, it's kind of still a little bit raw. So it tastes really good. You get that crunchiness and then that softness. And then they give you this like cocktail sauce, which is like a red sauce um, with it's like wasabi, but it's not. With wasabi in it, and it clears up your nose. Maybe it is wasabi, but I think it's horseradish that they put in the sauce. So it's pretty good. I love it. So and Lala loved it too. So we loved it and had a good time. Also, we went to North Carolina. It's a beautiful place there called Field of the Woods, where it's free to get in, and they have uh, the Ten Commandments there on top of a hill that you can walk up and see. And they have like a prayer mountain, a mountain where you can walk up and pray, and then they have another mountain there. They have like three mountains there. That the third mountain is where they have a whole bunch of flags from different countries where the gospel has been um, planted. What else? They have, yeah, and they have a replica of the tomb. Look, I want to say hi to Samira. How you doing, Samira? Welcome to this channel. We just want to say, Jojo and Lala, we say hi and welcome, and it's good to see you, to meet you. Where are you from? I was just talking about our trip that we took a couple weeks ago to the Midwest. Um, Mostly in the Midwest and the East, but we had a pretty good time. Yeah, so that's what we've been doing, traveling, and when we can get a day off, uh, we try to travel and try different foods and meet different people. And so, yeah, so we were in North Carolina, and then we went to Georgia, and there's a border city in Georgia between Tennessee and Georgia that you can have coffee in one state and then you just take a walk over. You walk over and have lunch in Tennessee. So let's see. I'm going to pin your video here, Samira. Hold on a second. Oops. Okay, there you go. And oh yeah, so just to let you know, Samira, I'm watching your channel right here. It's of the bunny. I don't know if you can see it. see it, but I'm watching it. Um, if you, Samira, and everybody that's new, just to let you know that if you type love in the video, your link will come up of your channel. So yeah, we'll be doing some interviews soon for some people that have a YouTube channel. So it's pretty interesting. What I love trying to understand how people come up with these wonderful ways of starting their YouTube channel, like what makes them tick, and so yeah, so so yeah, it's great. Let's see here. Yeah. So yeah, we had a good time. We went to so after we went to Tennessee, the border city between Tennessee and Georgia, we went to this beautiful park in Alpharetta, Georgia, which is right outside of Atlanta. Maybe it is Atlanta, and it was beautiful. They had a whole bunch of restaurants there, which we didn't stop by to get, but they had probably about 100 restaurants there. It was amazing, and we went to a beautiful park there. Um, and you could Google it, Alpharetta Park in Alpharetta, Georgia. Very beautiful, paved, easy. You could make it difficult if you want. There were people that were cycling there. You could do, I think, 10 miles if you wanted to, or they just had a path that took us probably 15 minutes to go around in a circle. So it was really nice, Alpharetta. Um, and then we went to um, Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia. So, we're gonna have somebody come and oh, the music. Do you hear the music? The music is so anyway. Oh, somebody just came. I just want to say hello to you. You guys can connect to each other. You guys can talk to one another and have a good time. And also, if you type love into the chat, your link will be shared. So that's what we've been up to. But yeah, so we went to Atlanta, Georgia, and their food there is amazing. They have something called shrimp and grits, and grits is like a grain. So they just saute the shrimp or steam it with some seasonings, throw it on top of grits, seasoned grits, and it's delicious. And then um, Georgia, I think it borders. We went to, I think, Alabama afterwards, and Alabama borders Georgia where we were. So within 3 minutes of a drive, um, the time changed. It was pretty cool. So who wants to get your link pinned? Who wants to get your link pinned? Drop it in the chat. Drop it like it's hot in the chat. So, I just want to say hello, Fanatic Guide. Welcome. You'll be next to be pinned. And here we go. Boom. Bada boom. Shout out to Fanatic Guide. Thank you for coming. Thank you for supporting. we were just talking about the trip that I and Lala went on. We went to a state. We went to see many different states for vacation a couple weeks ago, and we're just talking about the food that we ate, the where we went, and had a good time. So welcome. Um, so Fanatic Guide, how's your channel doing? Thanks for your support. And we just got monetized, so we're just very appreciate over what you guys did to us and for us, and thank you so much. I'm really happy to hear that your channel has been doing pretty good. I wish that your channel does better, a lot better. Oh, and thank you for the congratulations. So yeah. Oh, and another thing is, thank you for being with us for 2 years. Wow, we really appreciate that. So before you came in, I was talking about we went to Atlanta, Georgia, southern United States, and we had food there. They have something called shrimps and grits is like a grain, grits, and it they season the grits and then they either steam the shrimp or saute the shrimp and put them on top of the grain. It was very delicious. And then we went to a different state that was 3 minutes away from Atlanta, Georgia, which is Alabama, and they have a different time zone. So it was pretty interesting. Where are you watch? Where are you all watching this from? Oh yeah, and also like and share this stream. So yeah. What? Oh, where are you from, Samira? Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. Yep, you're from the United States. That's right. I remember. Which state in the United States? But we were having a good time there in Alabama. We went to a park there. It was beautiful. They had a whole bunch of planes from. Oh, they have a whole bunch of planes from. I think it was like World War I or two, but it was very nice. Oh, you're from Maryland. That's cool. East Coast. It's pretty nice. Really happy for it, and yeah, we've been uh, before you came. I was talking about how we're going to be doing some traveling, where we're going to go to different states again, and to the ones that we haven't been to try different food and stuff like that. So yeah, so what kind of food do you guys like? You could type it in the chat. Like, what kind of food do you guys like? Like, what kind of food is there in Maryland? Oh, wow, Esther likes Japanese food. Oh, you like KFC? Okay, that's pretty cool. They have good chicken sandwiches. Love them. The spicy sandwiches. We love spicy food. That's nice. Yeah, Japanese and KFC. What crab cakes? Oh, you like crab cakes, Esther? Wow, neat. Yeah, they're good. I like them seasoned. I like a little bit of lobster meat in them too with the crab cakes. you know, can't go wrong with that. um, what kind of Japanese food do you like, Esther? What kind of KFC food do you like? Fanatic guy. What do you guys like to order? But so for Japanese food, I like to order sushi. Um, oh, you like the sashimi? Good for you. Yeah, can't go wrong with the sashimi. You like the extra crispy chicken? That's right. When they bring out the chicken sandwich to me at KFC, I say, no, that's not extra crispy enough. Put it in for a couple more minutes. I need that extra crispy. Do you both like spicy food? Because we love spicy food. We love it. Uh, We like sashimi too. We like tuna. We like the blue tuna. We like the regular tuna. We like the eel. They have some eel going like that. You got to get some of that eel with that oyster sauce on top. Fanatic Guide says not so much, but it's growing on me. Okay, good, good, um, good. Like to hear that. Another thing about KFC, I like the coleslaw. That's pretty good stuff. Coleslaw that they got. I like that. You said yes, eel. How do you like your eel, Esther? I mean, I like my eel alive. It's very delicious on sashimi, and uh, yeah, it's good stuff. I cannot get too much of eel. That's You can't go wrong with that. um, but oh yeah, Fanatic Guide. Got to ask: Popeyes or KFC? What's your favorite? And as you can see, it looks very comfortable in our house. We got the piano that nobody plays. We have the fireplace that we never use, and there's a door in the background um, that never opens. So this is uh, this is a nice house. But yeah, coming up soon, someone's going to join us. We're going to have some uh, reviews. I'm going to interview someone that has a YouTube channel to see what motivates that person to do a YouTube channel, and the steps required and how they got to where they are. Okay, Fanatic. You like KFC because you're close to it. You haven't really tried as much Popeyes. I got you. Yeah, you got to go where you're close to. Yeah, you gotta. Yeah, same here. If I was close to KFC, I'd be munching on that. So, all right, well, here we go. We have somebody that came.
Hi, are you Jojo?
Yes, hi.
Hi, how are you?
Great. How are you doing?
I'm good. Thank you for asking me to join in with you.
Yeah, today, everybody, I'd like to introduce you to somebody. Um, she'll introduce herself shortly. She has a YouTube channel and she has a very interesting life. And so I have some questions to ask. Oh, okay. Yeah. So Fanatic Guide says you live within walking distance of McDonald's and Burger King as well. Good, good. You nailed all the fast food restaurants I like too, as well. Okay. So, yeah. So she has her channel right here. If you can't see it, it's called Off She Goes to Mexico, or right? Off She Goes. And
That's correct.
so, anyway,
That's correct.
well, so introduce yourself to everybody, and after you introduce yourself, what inspired you to start your YouTube channel?
All right. Well, I am the author of the book, Off She Goes to Mexico. And what inspired me to write this book was my love for butterflies, especially monarchs. So I had each year I go out in my garden and I plant milkweed for my monarchs because milkweed is the host plant for monarchs to lay their eggs. So without milkweed, we would not have any monarchs. So I started at a very small garden with a few monarchs and a few nectar plants. And I just fell in love with it. It's almost like an addiction. After you get the first few monarchs, you need more. So I wrote the book about an experience that I had in my garden, and one of my little caterpillars had little eggs on top of it, and they were taconid fly eggs, and monarch caterpillars are the host plant for the taconid flies. So I love my butterflies. I love my monarchs. So I tried to get the eggs off of the caterpillar, and I was with my granddaughter out in the garden. So we tried to get them off one by one, and we got them off, but I didn't know if we could save the caterpillar or not. So, and then, it did go into a J, and turned into a chrysalis. And about 10 days, my granddaughter and I waited patiently to see if it would become a monarch. And it did. Didn't have any problems. So we gave it some little nectar from a flower. And then finally, when the monarch flew away, and my granddaughter, she goes, and off she goes to Mexico. So that's how I came up with the title. So here's the book, Off She Goes to Mexico, right over here, if you can see it. You can find it on Amazon, and any of the bookstores have it. It's also sold. I've had my friends from Italy and from Central America and other parts of Europe bought the book. They sent me pictures of them holding the book. That was exciting. And then I also had a very dear friend of mine who lives in the country of Panama. She's a teacher, and she had asked me if she could translate this book into English. Or I said that would be great. So we have this book all over, in Central America. We donated a lot. I had some book signings, and I took the funds from that, from the book signings, and got all the books in Spanish, and we took it over to Panama and delivered the books to the libraries and to the children. So it's been a lot of fun. It really has been. So thank you for asking, Jojo.
We Just to let you know, we just dropped your link here for your
Oh, thank you
channel.
so much. Thank you.
And
Thank you. And please,
and
please,
please connect to her.
yeah, please connect with me. I'll be looking forward to hearing from you. And go ahead and subscribe and like. I just started the channel not too long ago. Got a lot of encouragement from a lot of my friends to start a channel, butterfly gardening, and my love for butterflies. And I love photography and video. So I'm learning, and it's been a lot of fun. So you'll see some video clips, some shorts on some of the butterflies, not just monarchs, but the other butterflies that I have in my garden as well. And then I do have a couple short videos of gardening and what I'm doing in my gardening, what I'm raising, and some gardening tips as well for raising monarchs.
Well, that's great. Also, someone just came, Cooking by Shaheen. We just want to welcome you to this chat. Right now, we're interviewing a YouTuber that just wrote a book in many different languages. It's been translated into many different languages.
Oh, just
So,
Spanish. Not just now for Spanish.
oh, just okay,
It's
just
in
Spanish,
English and Spanish,
English,
but
and
the book
Spanish.
is international. So we have
Okay,
the
and
Spanish copy, and here is the English. And you can get these. In fact, it's on sale on Amazon right now. And also,
and
you can find me on Instagram and Facebook as well.
and how long have you been creating content for YouTube?
Well, I started, I think last year or the year before when I first wrote the book. So I named my YouTube channel after the book, Off She Goes to Mexico. And I am hoping one day to be able to go to the monarch conservations up in Mexico. So I'm working on that right now.
Wow, and what's your favorite? That's nice. What's your favorite type of video to make?
I like making in my garden with the different types of butterflies. Um,
Yeah, I could see the
right.
butterflies behind you.
Well, these are the drawings of the illustrator. My illustrator, who is from Costa Rica, another really good friend of mine, and she asked if she could illustrate my book. I said, sure. So those are the original drawings from the book. So thank you for asking. You noticed that. Very good.
Yeah, and who's your biggest inspiration or influence on YouTube? Was there anybody that gave you some ideas on how to do your content?
Well, a few other YouTubers and we love to collaborate and we share ideas, ask lots of questions, and we join each other's YouTube channels and we learn from each other. So they've been an inspiration to me, a lot of the different YouTubers that have gardening, pollinator gardens, not just butterflies, but bees, nature, all that. It's just beautiful. The different
And
YouTubers with the videos of their content as well. So we learn from each other.
and for your book and your YouTube channel, have you ever faced any difficulties or obstacles in your YouTube journey?
Challenges probably because I'm just starting out and I like to grow my channel and teach people about monarchs and why they're so important to grow or to plant milkweed because a lot of the milkweed is disappearing through people cutting down forests, trees, farmland to do building, but they're cutting down the milkweed. So the monarch butterfly, she doesn't have a place to lay her eggs. So um, so that's probably been the challenging, but to get the word out there about how important if everyone just had a few milkweed plants in their garden along with some nectar plants, that would be very helpful. And I'm going to be discussing that more on my channel.
Well, that's pretty interesting. So what you're saying is that the milkweed is necessary for the butterflies to survive?
For the monarch butterfly, that is the only host plant that she will lay her eggs on. It has to be milkweed. And in your area, you want to plant your native milkweed.
Okay, so that's pretty interesting. So, what's the most surprising thing you've learned about YouTube as a platform?
How many people you can connect with, and finding other people with the same interest as you, and even learning new interests. Like when I came across your channel of all the different places that you've gone and the different foods that you've eaten. I mean, you've educated me on the different types of food. I had no idea. Especially, I think my favorite episode that I watched was that 1,000-year-old egg.
Thank you.
That was
Yeah.
funny. That was funny. Your viewers need to go back and see that. That's hilarious. I had to watch it a couple of times. So she made you eat that 1,000-year-old egg, huh?
Oh yeah, it was delicious.
That was funny.
Yeah, it's just we tried a 1,000-year-old egg, and I usually eat just about anything, but that was really difficult for me to eat. Um, so,
I've
yep,
got it right there. It's
yeah, that's
worth
pretty
watching.
interesting.
It
And
was. That was hilarious. You educated me.
and do you have any behind the scenes stories from shooting your videos?
Oh, I'm sure I have several. This morning I was shooting a video
Hmm.
and a bee had landed on my elbow, and I think I videotaped everything but the butterfly. I went, wow. So, when you're out there with nature, you are in their habitat. So a couple times got into a wasp nest. I do carry my EpiPen with me. Um, the other day I went out to shoot some video, and I went face to face with a deer, caught him in my garden. I just put out a couple shorts on those pesky little deer in your garden. He went out and ate the tops of my milkweed plants, which are poisonous to animals. I don't think they'll be eating any more again because the milkweed leaves have sap in them, which can, make the animals sick. So I've been trying to figure out ways besides using the hot sauce. I sprinkle the hot sauce, the perimeter around my egg, but my garden. So I think hot sauce now. So I've used many things. Now I'm using forks. I'm taking a wire and some gardening wire and wrapping around a plastic fork and the stem. So when the deer come and try to eat the flowers, you got a little obstacle there. So I've been looking at different views. I just talked to a gardener the other day, and he told me to use like a sprinkler system, an automated sprinkler system. So it's a motion. So when they come by, they'll get sprinkled. So I went on Amazon and found one this morning. So they're going to deliver it this weekend. So I'm going to hook it up. So if they try to get into my garden, they're going to have a little shower.
Well, that's interesting. We just want to welcome Joyful Worshipper. She just came in.
Oh,
Thank you for your
hello.
support.
Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, we just we're doing some interviews right here uh for someone that wrote a book. Off she goes to Mexico. It's been translated into Spanish. There's English and Spanish, and she was just telling us about her YouTube channel, how she prepared her YouTube channel to post the content about what she does and what she loves to do. So yeah, so that's pretty interesting. So the next question is, if you could collaborate with any other YouTuber, who would it be and why?
Well, I just joined another YouTuber, Her name is Susan, and it's called Butterfly Inspirations. And she talks all about her butterfly gardening, and she raises different types of butterflies, not just monarchs. And I would love to collaborate with her. And we do send emails back and forth asking questions, and she's been very helpful. So I know you should join her YouTube as well. Anything with nature. And she's a beautiful garden, gives a lot of gardening tips, flower tips, butterfly tips, caterpillar tips. And her videos are wonderful. They're professionally done. They're beautiful. So I'm learning from her, just watching hers. And it's an inspiration too.
Oh, well, that's pretty good that you found another YouTuber, Susan, that shares your passion and joy, and also you can collaborate with ideas and stuff like
Oh,
that. That's pretty
definitely.
interesting.
Mhm.
The next follow-up question is, um, do you have a favorite video you ever created, and how special was it to you?
Hmm. Let's see. One of my favorites. Trying to think here. I put it towards Bocelli, The Prayer by Celine Dion, and because it was kind of a step by step for those of us who raise monarchs. We start with them as eggs to caterpillars, and we go through the whole butterfly life cycle with them. And when they do turn into a butterfly, you do have to let them go. And starting around mid September, October, depending where you live, um, if you live in the central part of the United States, they're going to migrate to Mexico. So you do all this work and you feed them, give them that motherly touch, and then they have to fly off. You have to say goodbye. So I have a short video about raising them from the beginning, from an egg all the way to the very end. And it got a little emotional because when I did the video, it was in October, and I had raised probably about 500 monarchs. And that was my last one. So it was bitter, a little emotional. And I had to say goodbye to the last butterfly, say a little prayer that he makes it to Mexico, and had to wave goodbye. And plus, it was the end of my butterfly season. Winter was coming, dreary winter. So that was probably one of my favorites. And another favorite, somebody had asked me, what are all those tags on your butterflies? The stickers. There were stickers on my butterflies. What those stickers are is I order the stickers from a nonprofit organization called Monarch Watch. And they send you stickers, they have numbers on them. So starting around mid-September, I put these stickers on the butterflies with the numbers, and the numbers are associated from where they came from. So if the butterflies do make it to Mexico, they will know how far it flew and if it made it. So there's people over there in Mexico, they find these butterflies, they take the numbers off the stickers and they go into their computer system, and they learn where the butterfly had came from. So I've been putting these stickers on the butterflies for about 3 years now, and I hope and pray that one year that they will find one of my monarch butterflies made it all the way to Mexico. It's about 3,000 miles. So, and I do have a short video on that why we tag them, and it's to monitor to see how far that they fly.
Wow, that's interesting. And how long is the process? What's the lifespan for a butterfly starting from a caterpillar?
Well, usually about 3 to 5 weeks for a monarch. Each species is a little different, but for the monarch, maybe 3 to 5 weeks. However, the monarchs, there are fifth generation monarchs. So I should explain that first, which I thought was really interesting. I had no idea. So the first generation of monarchs are the ones that are in Mexico. They flew last year. They're really the fifth generation. But then the climate gets warmer, usually around March, April, they start flying north. They lay eggs, and so the eggs that hatch are going to be your first generation. And then the first generation, they go through the life cycle, and then when they lay eggs, that's the second generation. And
That's
then you
really
get the
interesting.
third generation, the fourth generation, and then around August, September is your fifth generation. That fifth generation kind of goes into dormancy. They do not mate, they don't lay eggs. Their body, from the temperature, the climate changes, knowing it's getting cooler, is telling their bodies that they're not going to mate and they're not going to lay eggs. And that fifth generation migrates to Mexico. And the monarchs that do make it to Mexico, they live for about 8 months.
Mm.
And they go there to, they stay in Mexico. And then when it gets warmer up north, then they leave, and that whole cycle starts all over again. And that's very fascinating. You won't see that a lot with the other species. I have not studied all the species. I mostly studied the monarchs, but I just found that was just very interesting.
Oh, that is interesting. They don't live that long as I thought that they do. Um,
Hmm.
so yeah, um, have you ever considered making different types of content on your channel beside the butterflies?
No, not. I don't know about different content. I mean, I would like to expand doing more gardening tips, maybe more butterflies. I like to expand and raise. I've been kind of reading about raising other type of species, such as the tiger swallowtail, the zebra swallowtail. I have a little bit of interest. I went out and got two pawpaw trees because that's the host plant for the zebra swallowtail. And then last summer, I found eggs on there. So I had a few zebra swallowtails. So I kind of like to expand my content, but just not just monarchs, but to other species as well.
No, that's interesting. Wow, yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty interesting. Um,
And just like you and Lala like to go to different places and try different foods. I like to travel around the United States and different parts of the country to visit different butterflies because they're all different.
and do you use just YouTube to do this, or are there any other social media
I
platforms?
use Facebook and Instagram.
Which one do you prefer the most? Are they all the same?
Well, I think I get a lot more followers on Instagram because they're more of the shorts. And then I'm getting a lot of followers also here on YouTube as well as I promote my channel.
Oh, okay. Well, then that's good. Hopefully, you get more and more.
Thank you.
Um,
I hope so. So please don't forget to like and subscribe to Off She Goes to Mexico and drop me a line. And if you have any questions, I'll write you back.
yeah, I'll drop your link here
Thank you.
so people know where to follow you. Um, and it's already pinned. Your link is already pinned. Just to let you know.
Fantastic. Thank you, Jojo.
Yeah, that's wow. That's interesting. Also, um, what camera and equipment do you use to film your videos?
Well, I have a 35 mil with some attachments. I use that. And I also use my cell phone. Nothing fancy.
Oh, okay. And how do you come up with eye-catching video thumbnails?
I try to catch some unique when they're flying. I'll do things in slow motion, fast motion. Also, some of the trendy songs. I notice that if you get a trendy song, people love it, especially if the song matches the content in the video. People love that, and that's where I've gotten my most likes. Something very original.
Oh, interesting. And do you what was I thinking? I was thinking about a question. Let me see. Um, and how do you measure the success of your videos beyond the view counts and likes?
When people write me and ask me questions, I appreciate that so I can get back to them and encourage me to make more videos and encourage me to do some more gardening tips and butterfly tips, and they'll ask questions. So that's very encouraging, and I do appreciate people asking questions and dropping a line because we're all learning from each other. So, whatever people ask me, I'll try to answer the best I can. I'll research it if I don't know. And you have any ideas for videos? I'm open for them because I'm learning.
Oh, that's pretty interesting. I really enjoy what you were talking about. And how do you do your research and prepare for the videos?
I do a lot of research on a lot of the Monarch Watch channels and the pollinator gardens. I've joined all of their YouTubes and learn. So that's basically a lot of their videos and reading a lot of the research.
Oh, so there's a lot of research involved in it.
Yes, there is. Yes, a lot of reading, which I enjoy. You know, it's my passion. I love learning, pulling up pictures, identifying different types of butterflies, what their host plants are, what are their favorite nectar plants. So each year I've gone out and gotten a few more nectar plants. I see what they like, and I'll go and I will research where to find them. A wonderful place to buy host plants and nectar plants is Joyful Butterfly. That's where I've gotten a lot, and I thoroughly enjoy that site. So if you're looking to expand your garden or even you start small. Each year I add a little, probably maybe 4 or 5 more plants. I think it's time to expand my garden. I need to. I wish I can cut down a few more trees and expand the garden. It's a lot of work. So don't make sure when you. One thing I'm learning: don't make your garden too big that you can't handle. So, but I love it. I enjoy it. It's like a full time job out there. I love the outdoors. It's just very relaxing and therapeutic. Being outside, working with the butterflies. We do have a few deer in the back and the birds, and so I also have. I'm learning about birds as well as I'm out there. I'm just now retired, so I'm, doing my hobby, continuing my hobby that I started years ago before I started working.
Oh, okay, neat. You have a hobby. You just retired, and
Mhm.
so what do you how do you see yourself 5, 10 years from now?
I hope to be traveling and going to Mexico to learn more about the monarch migration. That's where I see myself. And maybe teaching others about the butterflies too. And I would also like to write another book.
Interesting. And what's one of the big misconceptions about butterflies out there that you've researched?
Um, Probably the habitat loss. There's a lot of habitat loss. And so that's probably one of the ones that I've learned most about.
And what causes that?
But different things, different things in the environment, um, s- cutting down trees, getting rid of forest, for more building. I know with the recent fires coming towards the United States has affected the monarchs. A lot of people are saying this time, here we are, the last week in July, and they have not seen a monarch yet. So, I mean, things like that in the environment. There's a lot of environmental issues as well.
Interesting. Okay. Wow. Yeah. A lot of environmental issues with the fires and stuff. And how do you stay updated on on YouTube?
Well, just reading and watching and learning.
Okay. Reading and Um,
watching, learning about the content that the people are putting out there.
and okay, reading about the content and stuff like that. And how do you handle time management and productivity as a content creator?
But right now, I'm pretty relaxed about it because I am retired now. So I get up in the morning and I do go out in the garden, just check in on it, make sure the deer haven't upset anything out there. It's my first thing I do. So I try to get a lot of my gardening done in the morning because the days are so hot. My butterflies in this area, they're out usually between 11 and 1. That is the best time to get my photographs. Most of my photographs and videos are between 11 and 1 because it's the most sunniest, they're the happiest, that's where they are. And then usually around 5, 6 o'clock at night, they're out again for one last run, one last fly. So that's, so I kind of my schedule. So, and if I know it's going to rain or we're going to have a storm, then I have to work around that as well.
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that. Um, and so, did you ever receive any fan mail from your viewers? Like,
Well, I get, they write, they'll write in the box down there and say, we enjoyed your video. We learned so much. And, I'm from, so and so place. We don't have those type of butterflies. And I really appreciate it when they write me and tell me about their gardening experiences. Especially I've gotten some international messages as well from their countries and what they have and their flowers. As we do have a lot in common, find out what you have in common, even from abroad. So I find that really interesting. I enjoy listening to everybody what they have and the types of different butterflies, because depending on the area you live, even here in the United States, you have different types of butterflies depending on your seasons and the zones that you live in.
and do your viewers give you any constructive advice on how you could um,
I've had a
present?
couple on gardening, yes. And I appreciate it so much, and I try it.
Oh well, that's good.
I do.
You try it, you do it, and uh, what's your process for scripting or outlining your videos?
Well, usually when I'm reading or doing research and I see something very interesting, I have a notepad that I write down on my notes. I said, this would be really nice to include in my next video. It's interesting. Or if I watched a clip from somebody else, I said, this is really interesting. I'm going to read up more about it because I don't know this topic very well. So I write things down and I learn about them, and it'll be in my next video.
Oh, in your next video, wow! Hopefully soon. And
I'm working on a few right now. I've got 4 or 5 videos I want to create. Right now, the monarch season is a little slow, like I said before, and I'm right here in my caterpillar lab. So I need the only thing is for my YouTube channel, I need my monarchs. So I had a few a couple weeks ago, about 15, and then I had to wait a couple weeks till I got some more caterpillars. So once I get some more, I can make more videos.
that's neat. And how do you making new videos and stuff like that? How do you stay true to your creative vision while also adapting to audience preferences?
Well, I look at the data of people that have watched the videos and what they like. And I look at the data showing this video got more likes or more views and why, what was in the content that the people liked so much versus the videos that maybe got 1 or 2 likes. I go, well, I'm going to go back and look and see what people like. And also just looking at other people's videos, you learn what people want, what they want to learn, what they want to see. And it has to be interesting to the audience, and they have to make a connection to that as well. So that's what I go for, is connecting to what the people want. what they want to learn, what they want to know.
What they want to know, connecting with people. Okay, that's I like that. Um, and what's the most significant impact your channel has had on someone's life?
I think some people, they learned about the book and they purchased the book and they said, there were grandmothers, teachers, and they thoroughly enjoyed the story and learned a little bit about the monarch migration that they didn't know about, some of the issues that monarchs have. I've also had monarch enthusiasts like myself purchase the book just for them because they have a monarch book collection and they've enjoyed the book very much. And I appreciate their comments and writing the book reviews. I've had some really positive book reviews on Amazon and on my YouTube channel, and I appreciate that very much. It makes me want to write another book.
Oh wow! Is another book in the process?
Yes, I'm gathering some notes and some ideas, kind of in the drawing stage. It probably took me about 2 years to write Off She Goes to Mexico because I jotted all my ideas down. And then when I was in the garden with that little caterpillar, I said, this would make a good storyline. I don't think anybody's written a story about taconid eggs, tea fly eggs on a caterpillar. I said, this is something different. And then when my granddaughter waved goodbye and off she goes to Mexico, I said, that's the title.
Oh, that's neat. I really enjoyed that. Yeah, well, that sounds like you have a really interesting life there and passion.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And wow, thanks
Yeah, and
for.
also once a year we have a butterfly tea party. My grandchildren come over and we have a tea party. And then we have a butterfly release at the end.
Very cool.
And also one thing I wanted to mention, I do provide some caterpillars to the schools in September for their monarch migration unit. So the monarchs that I raise the end of August, September,
That's wonderful.
I donate to the schools for their third grade unit of the monarch migration. So that's been a joy too.
Oh wow, that's pretty cool. That's very interesting. Yeah. Um,
Well, thank you so
thank you for.
much, Jojo. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you for sharing your story, and hopefully it'll be an inspiration to others as well was it was to me.
Well, thank you. Your channel's been an inspiration. I've been trying new foods.
So good.
So thank
Thank
you
you.
to you and your beautiful wife. Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Well, thank you.
Thanks. I hope you have a wonderful night and stay tuned to us.
Well, thank you so much. I got to go finish feeding my caterpillars.
There you go. Enjoy feeding your caterpillars.
Okay. Thank you so much. And don't forget to like and subscribe to Off She Goes to Mexico.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye bye.
So we just want to thank her for the author that was here. If you'd like to have an interview done, if you'd like the interview, you can connect us on Instagram. You all are awesome. Oh, thank you, the Bud Files. Thank you for that. That's wonderful. Thank you all for your support. And again, if you'd like to be interviewed, you can connect on Instagram, and that way you can put the interview on your channel, and then it can be on our channel. So that'd be awesome. And yeah, so that was pretty interesting. It's always good to know how people think and how they what they do to better themselves. So yeah,
Okay, you can.
so I just want to say, everybody, thank you for coming. I'm calling it a night. I just want to say thank you again for all you've done. Without you, we would not be where we are with your support. And just want to say again, please come tomorrow, same time, and Lala will be here providing a whole bunch of games for you guys. All right. Until next time, for watching.